When she said, "There's someone else," I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I just looked at her and said, "Perfect." The word came out flat, emotionless, but inside felt something die. It was a Tuesday night. Rain was slamming against the windows, the kind that made the house feel smaller, suffocating. Emma stood in front of me, arms folded, her phone still face down on the counter, the same phone she'd been guarding for weeks. She looked like she had rehearsed the moment, like she had practiced the words in her head until they sounded less cruel. But nothing could make them less cruel. We'd been married 9 years. Together for 11. We weren't perfect, but we were supposed to be solid. We had our routines. Saturday morning coffee runs, movie nights, inside jokes that belonged to just us. Until a few months ago when she started changing. The long work hours. The vague explanations. The new perfume that she claimed her friend from marketing had recommended. Then came the distance. The polite smiles instead of real laughter. The cold kisses on the cheek instead of the full ones on the lips. And that night, she decided to confirm what my gut had been screaming for weeks. "Who is he?" I asked quietly. She hesitated, eyes darting away. "It doesn't matter. It's not serious." Hollow laugh escaped me. "Not serious? You're sleeping with another man, Emma. I'd say that's pretty serious." She flinched, her lip trembling for just a second before she steadied herself. "I didn't mean for it to happen. You've been so distant lately. You don't even notice me anymore." That line. That classic, convenient justification. I wanted to shout, to demand how she dared twist her betrayal into my fault. But something colder settled over me instead, clarity. I just nodded. "Perfect." Her face twisted in confusion. "What?" I leaned back in the chair. "Perfect. You've made your choice. Don't worry about me. I'll make sure it was worth it." That night, I slept in the guest room. Or at least I tried. My mind replayed everything. Every late-night work event. Every muted phone notification. Every moment I'd believed her. Around 3 a.m., I walked into our room. She was asleep, facing the wall, breathing softly. I stood there for a moment, staring at the woman I thought I knew. The woman who once promised me forever. I noticed her phone on the nightstand. It buzzed, lighting up the screen. "Can't stop thinking about you tonight." The name was saved as Daniel Jim. Pathetic disguise. I took a deep breath, grabbed my phone, and snapped a picture of the message. Then another of the call logs. My hands were shaking, but my mind was calm. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Because anger fades. But planning, that lasts. The next morning, she acted like nothing had happened. She made coffee. Hummed while she packed her work bag. Even asked if I wanted anything from the grocery store later. Played along. Smile. Told her to have a good day. As soon as the door closed, I sat down with my laptop and started searching. I found Daniel easily. His social media was public. He wasn't even subtle. Pictures at the same coffee shop Emma loved. A blurry reflection in his sunglasses that looked just like her hair. He worked at the same gym she'd joined 6 months ago. Perfect indeed. I sent the evidence to a private email I'd set up. Then I called a lawyer. Not because I wanted a divorce right away, but because I wanted to understand my options before she realized I wasn't broken. That night, she came home acting strangely warm. Maybe guilt had twisted her into pretending she cared. "How was your day?" she asked, setting her keys down. I smiled faintly. "Eventful." "Yours?" She hesitated. "Just work." "Good," I said, leaning back. "Because I've been thinking maybe we need a break. Some time apart." She blinked rapidly. "A break?" "Yeah. You said I was distant, right? Maybe you should see what distance really feels like." Her mouth fell open slightly, but she tried to regain her calm. "You're overreacting. I told you it's not serious." "Then it shouldn't matter," I said, standing up. "You'll have your freedom. And I'll have mine." Over the next few days, she tried everything to gauge what I was doing. She called more often, cooked dinner, wore the perfume she knew I liked. But I was done pretending. I spent my evenings quietly transferring funds from our joint account, arranging for a short business trip out of town, one that would buy me time and space to plan properly. The day before I left, she finally broke. "I ended it," she said suddenly over dinner, her fork untouched. "Ended what?" I asked, pretending not to know. "You know what," she whispered. "It was a mistake. I've been so stupid, David. Please, can we fix this?" Her voice cracked, eyes glistening, but I couldn't tell if it was remorse or fear of consequences. I simply said, "Perfect," and walked away. A week later, while I was gone, she texted non-stop. Paragraphs of apologies, late-night calls, then a photo of our wedding day. "Please come home," she wrote. "We can start over. I miss you." But by then, I was already speaking to my lawyer. I'd uncovered everything, from hotel receipts to text backups. Daniel, it turned out, wasn't just some fling. He'd been seeing Emma for months, and according to the messages, she'd told him she was planning to leave me after the holidays. She didn't expect me to be one step ahead. 2 weeks later, I returned home quietly, earlier than she expected. She looked startled when I walked in. "You're back." I nodded, hanging up my coat. For now. The house smelled like her new candle, lavender and something fake. "I've been thinking," she said softly, walking toward me. "About us. About how I took you for granted." I said nothing. "I miss you, David," she whispered. "I ended things with him. Swear. Please, just say something." I looked at her for a long time, at the woman who had once been my best friend, my partner, my home. Finally I said, "I know you ended it." Her eyes brightened a little. "You do?" "Yeah," I said, pulling out my phone and opening an email. "Because Daniel sent me everything. Screenshots, photos, even the messages where you told him you regretted choosing him over me." The color drained from her face. You talked to him." "He reached out," I said flatly. "Apparently, he didn't know you were married when it started. When he found out, he ended it and thought I deserved to know." She covered her mouth, shaking. "David, please. I never meant to." "Save it," I said coldly. "You didn't just cheat, Emma. You lied every day for months. You made me doubt myself. You made me feel like I wasn't enough." Her tears started then, real ones this time. "I was lost, okay? I thought we'd grown apart. But I love you. I realize now how much I need you." I let out a quiet, bitter laugh. "You need me because he dumped you. That's not love, Emma, that's panic." 4 weeks after that night, she tried to prove she'd changed. She cooked, cleaned, left little notes on my desk like she used to. But trust doesn't rebuild with dinner and apologies. It rebuilds with truth, and she'd burned that bridge to ash. One evening, I came home to find her sitting on the couch, holding a small photo album. Our wedding album. She looked up with red eyes. "Remember this day?" "I remember everything," I said quietly. "I thought love could survive anything," she whispered. "But I guess I was wrong." He nodded. "You're right. Love can survive almost anything, except betrayal." She broke down then, sobbing into her hands. But I didn't comfort her. Not this time. Because the truth was, I had loved her more than anything. And she'd turned that love into a weapon. A month later I moved out. No dramatic goodbye. No shouting. Just a short note on the kitchen counter. "You wanted freedom. I hope you find peace in it." It's been a year now. I've built a new life. Smaller, quieter, but honest. I have peace for the first time in years. Sometimes I still get texts from her. Short ones. "I miss you. I made a mistake. Can we talk?" I never reply. Because the last time we spoke, she said through tears, "I wish I could take it all back." And I just smiled and said, "Perfect." Because that's what I said the night she broke us. And it still fits. Emma still lives in the same house. Alone. Daniel moved to another city. And me. I found peace in solitude. I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't anger or destruction. It's quiet freedom. When someone shows you who they truly are, you stop chasing the version you fell in love with. You let them drown in their own regret while you walk away, calm, steady, and finally, perfectly free.